Man, hey fam, y'all know what it is. Big brother John, smiling. I'm full of peace and understanding. Um, Precious time, valuable time. Asking each and every one of you to find within yourselves the God in you, the love in you, the patience in you, the understanding in you, the wake up in you. On the media lately, we were hearing about Brother Arbery. He was jogging, and two white men hunting him down, tracked him down, and took his life. Hunted him down, tracked him down, and took his life. And everyone's in an uproar because we should be, because that man's life is valuable. But I'm going to sit still and not let my passion take over my purpose for this morning on this Shabbat Eve. I want to ask us, the passion and the anger that we see on social media about Brother Arbery's murder. That's what it was, a murder. They murdered this man. They murdered him and took his life as he fought for his life. I had to use this piece of paper today because I want to stay focused. And I want to ask each and every one of us about our culture and our community. Do we feel this same anger and frustration when we see that in the inner cities of our neighborhoods and our cities, that we are hunting each other down, that we are tracking each other down, and we are murdering each other? Do we have this same passion when we see that Baltimore City, since 2015, I'm reading it so I can make sure it's facts, in 2015, there was 344 murders of Black lives. There was, in 2016, in Baltimore City, not Maryland, in Baltimore City, there was 318 murders of Black lives. In 2017, there was 343 murders of Black lives. And then when we go to 2018, there was 309 at the beginning of the year of murders of Black lives. 219, we tipped the scale and murdered more Black lives than the majority of all these years combined. I think it was almost 400 Black lives were murdered. And we keep saying Black Lives Matter. In 2019, it was up 52%. Now this year, we're trying to break that number as a culture again in Baltimore City. I'm not talking about Chicago. I'm not talking about Pittsburgh, and I'm not talking about Philly. I'm talking about Baltimore City. And I don't understand that we get in an uproar about things that we have control about. Listen to me. And I know someone going to come at me sideways, and I want you to, because I need you to. Culture treats you as you treat yourself. I was once told by a man of God that you cannot want to dream for what you want. You get what you are. You get what you settle for. In this life, we get what we settle for. We settled for in Baltimore City for the last almost 5 years, over 350 murders of Black lives. No uproar, no justice, no peace, none of that. But we do follow these lawyers and these politicians and these revolutionaries that only show up when one of us get murdered. No accountability. They only show up when someone gets murdered. These lawyers only show up when someone gets murdered. These revolutionary Black men and women only show up when a brother gets murdered. Like they're going to get the star celebrity off this brother's death, not knowing that we have lost a great man. Great man. You don't know what he could have been. You don't know where he could have got. You don't know whose life he could have touched. Don't even understand the essence of his life. But we're going to keep posting this man's picture. We're going to keep talking about this man. But you know what? We're going to do. I give it 6 months. I give it 6 months. We're not going to be posting him. We're not going to be talking about him. Because we don't accept the responsibility that there's a lot of things in our own neighborhoods that if we took control of it, a lot of things wouldn't happen. And I know we're going to come up, we don't got no planes, and we don't own drug cultures that bring drugs into our community. But we do pick them up, and we do use them, and we sell them to our own people. Yet we don't make any guns. But for some reason, there's 300 and over 50 murders in our neighborhoods by guns a year, and over at least 1,200 shootings in Baltimore City every year by black on black crime. And I know we want to blame the white man or the systematic system for everything, but there's some things we need to take ownership of ourselves. Not no blame game, but it's hurting me that I know that only for the next couple weeks or maybe a month, we're going to talk about this young man, and then it's going to be business as usual. Not until we love our own culture. Not until we love raising our own children. Not until we start learning to build our own businesses. Well, this happened, and I know y'all want to go way back in the day and say, oh man, remember when we owned these towns and they burnt them down? So that gives you excuse not to do your best to make where you live better because you're afraid that a group of people gonna come burn down your Black Wall Street? If I had that type of mindset, I wouldn't be able to communicate the way I communicate with you now if I believed that no matter what we do, we can't amount to nothing. That man's life means everything and anything. And I'm sorry, I'm not preaching a sermon to nobody today. No, but I want to know why we do not love ourselves enough to when we killing each other that we got the same. But Black lives truly matter, then let's change the whole narrative of these inner cities. We got mega churches that cost 30, 40 million. We got mega preachers making six figures. We got black politicians making six figures. We have radio revolutionaries that's on the air every day making money off ads because people got to pay for ads for your radio to stay on, making money in the same old jargon, the same old garbage, blame the white man. And you got that going right. I do believe the European has a systematic system that gives us ceilings that won't let us go so far in life. I do believe that. Okay. But when are we going to start breaking those ceilings? When are we going to have enough fortitude to break those ceilings that have been created for us? You hear me? And all we doing is riding off the coats and the shirts off those who came before us, the great Marcus Garveys, the great Malcolm X's, the great Martin Luther King. And even, believe it or not, I know Elijah Muhammad had flaws, and I know y'all gonna talk about him like a dog, but he got a lot of people off of drugs and off the street without government assistance and without a nonprofit. Read about the history. Okay, he had his flaws, but believe it or not, so did Malcolm X, so did Martin Luther King. Every time we have flaws as people of color, we got to be super Negroes. But when another race have flaws, oh, they're just a man. They're just a man, or they're just a woman. We don't allow flaws. And I know we should hold each other up to another height, but come on now. Don't find ways to tear us down every time you get a chance. And you're not doing nothing but sitting back, waiting to find something wrong to say about those that are in power that are actually doing something. But y'all, we posting these lawyers. You see the new lawyer come? The same lawyers on the same murders. It's been happening since I've been a child. First it was L. Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. Now we got some new L. Sharptons and Jesse Jacksons. They only show up when there's a whole bunch of cameras. It's time for us to stop looking for Moses and find Moses within us. I know you can get mad at me all. It's time to stop looking for Moses and find the Moses in yourself and find what you need to do to better your community. And it can be done. But I'm hurt. I'm looking at all these murders. Ain't no less than 300 murders a year, no less than 1,000 shootings a year in Baltimore City. And no one is in an outrage. No one's protesting. The mayor say, well, I can't stop the killings. Yes, you can. If you better the education that our children is receiving, if you fix the lead in the water, sir, If you start from head start and speaking to the lives of these children and let them know that you don't have to be that crazy Negro on the corner that got a bracelet and a watch but don't own a home. That want to kill everybody for the corner that they rocking but don't own a house on the corner. Only time we want to do, we that effective people. Only time we want to go out and do something is when something happened. That means you're reactive. And you can't get mad at a society that has learned to be proactive and we still back in caveman days being reactive. That's what's wrong with our culture. When you look at other neighborhoods and brag about how they own stores and how they run the politicians, and they do run them politicians, and they buy their politicians, or they'll rent their politicians to do what's needed for their neighborhood. And we have to learn to do the same thing. You can't ask for monies and help from something you won't invest in. Politicians are nothing but investments. Learn political structure. If you ain't investing, they ain't showing no love. Ask one of these world-renowned black leader or black revolutionaries to come to your church or talk, or come to your nonprofit and talk, and watch they tell you how much money you gonna pay them. They ain't coming for free. The brother, the lawyer that's on this case for Brother Arbery, he ain't doing it for free. You'll see. He gonna get his money. And he gonna get big time money because he gonna threaten that police force. He gonna threaten that family, and they gonna come up with some money. Like all that brother's worth is some money. That's all they getting out of it. And I'm gonna teach you something today. If you want to stop the crime and the crudiness that's going on in your community by a police officer or a political figure or even a religious institution that's not doing right, stop suing the institution and sue the person. See, they gonna go in and sue the police department, not knowing those two men, you can individually sue them. For murder, you can sue them for taking the life of your child, woman of God or sister. Your son got murdered, sue them. For killing your son, sue them. Sue them for what your son is worth. And stop getting a lawyer that's gonna make money to tell you what your son is worth and get they cut. Sue them individually. I learned this in business. You want to hurt people? Sue them. Sue them. Are we going to get justice? You can't get justice for taking no man's life. If you can't resurrect him like Jesus, Yeshua HaMessiah, then there ain't no justice. You hurt them to the point where they say, we don't want to mess with these people no more because it's messing up our economics. You want to stop something from going off and going crazy, you have to hit the economic base. Because money talk and BS walk. You better listen to me, I'm telling you. You want to harm somebody? Mess with their money. There's people that let you hurt their kids before they let you hurt their money. There's people that let you burn their house down. You know what? It's insured. I'm going to get my money back. But touch their money. And you'll see a difference. That's what we don't understand about this country. Everything we do about money. You don't see these religious leaders ready to sue the government because they can't put nobody in the pew? Can't put nobody in the pew. If ain't nobody in the pew, ain't no money coming. You don't see these people protesting in Annapolis on the Capitol, in D.C. on the Capitol, and in these old southern towns on their Capitol? You know why? Because they losing their businesses. Oh, that's money. Now they can't feed their child and they can't pay their rent. Money. Why people ready for the stimulus check? Money. When you start hitting a problem financially, all this stuff will slow down. And I'm asking in the power of Yeshua for us to take the blinders off and change the narrative. You want to? I had a friend, and me and him was talking. And Brother John Ellis from Wilkinsburg, he's from Wilkinsburg, and he said almost 4 summers ago, he was in the backyard having a barbecue in Wilkinsburg, PA. They don't call Wilkinsburg Pittsburgh. They try to say we separate them, so it was in Wilkinsburg, PA. They were having a barbecue. Why are they having a barbecue? Two men, is said, to come to the back of their house in Wilkinsburg and shot up the barbecue. They're having a barbecue. Ain't beating nobody up. Two men come in and shoot up the whole barbecue. Deaths occur. John is paralyzed for life. Go to court. Go to court. The DA messed it up. They can see the people's face and everything. And they said, and listen here, those young black men, we know it was black men that went back there and shot up that barbecue. Those black men that shot up the barbecue shot up black people and killed babies. Killed a baby. No one marched downtown Pittsburgh and said Black Lives Matter. A baby? Are you for real? Nobody wants to change the narratives. Things will not change until we value ourselves. Until we make police feel uncomfortable coming into our communities and raising havoc, selling drugs, raping all women, because all you gotta do is look at the Baltimore task force. Arrested 15 police officers. They was supposed to be the gun task force and they was robbing people. This is recently. This ain't no 100 years ago. This was last year. They just convicted the last one, I think, this month. The gun task force, robbing, raping, beating people the heck up, and pushing drugs in the neighborhood. And you think it was just 15 police that was doing that? You don't think no higher up knew what them jokers was doing? But they felt comfortable doing it in Baltimore because Baltimore has, hold on, 344 murders in 2015, 216 murders of black people in 2016, 2017, 343 murders, 2018, 309. Oh, we got a low. And then 2019, it was up 52% of all the years before, which meant almost 400 murders of black people, not shootings, murders. So you have to explain that to me and address that. The things that happen in our neighborhood because we give people a free-for-all to come in and hurt our children with lead water. Lead, don't want no heat in our schools, don't got no air conditioning in school. They're beating our children up to the point where our children are having post-traumatic stress syndrome because they're going to school with a coat on. They got to keep the coat on all day. Can't go to school for the whole summer because they can't lay in the heat. Then on the way to school, pow, 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 shoot, 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 people leaning on drugs. So they're getting traumatized at Head Start. And you want them to be productive adults and they're drinking lead, seeing murder and trauma in our very own neighborhoods. So if Black lives truly matter, when are we going to change the narrative? So don't come at me with these two white men that jumped out that truck and shot that. But you know why? Because they thought it was a free-for-all. Because they said they do it. You know how we call each other niggas. And then we get mad when a white man call us nigga. Yeah, you heard me. Calling each other B-I-T-C-H's. I'm a bad B-I-C. We are so ingrained and enthralled in the most negative behavior and the negative music, and you want something positive to happen in our lives. And anybody know Big Brother John? You call me, I'm not, people, oh man, what's up, dog? I'm not your dog. I'm not your nigga. My wife, my ex-wife, and my daughter is not no B-I-T-C-H's, and ain't no queen B-I-T-C-H's. They are queens, period. They are gods. They are creative beings. We disrespect our women. We disrespect our young boys. We don't want to raise them, and you're wondering why they angry and upset. You ain't going to be angry if you don't know. You know for a fact that there's 20 kids running around, and none of y'all know y'all daddy. And you want him to grow up and have a self-esteem when all he hears from his mama is you a no-good Negro just like your daddy, but never met their daddy. We have to change the narrative. And I'm going to teach you something. And I want you can get mad with me because I'm ending with this. We can talk about the media all we want, but we can change the narrative on the media. I listen to African-American stations all through the day just to see if they'll ever change. And all you hear on them African American station is nigga, 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 BBB, pop a pill, drink some liquor, treat her like a hoe, hit it and quit it, did you smash and trash. All we do about our women is deplorably treat them bad, and they are the ones that bring our children into this world. All you hear on these African American stations, and even on AM, all we do is complain. I listen to it all day. You can't tell no young sister she's a bad bee direct from the time she's in kindergarten, and then you tell her to be then all of a sudden she's a queen. She don't know what no queen is. You done called her a bee her whole life. How you gonna tell a young brother to step up and man up, and you done called him no good Negroes and dogs all his life? Yeah, what's up, nigga? That's all you said to this man all his life. Then you go to church and beat him down. Then you go to political, beat him down. These children ain't worth nothing. Come on. Come on, y'all. If you want to change the narrative, you start it right now. Go sue those two white men. Teach the mother. Somebody know that mother. Write her letters, because I'm writing no one. Sue them. Sue them. And then at the midst of it all, change the narrative. You can't speak hate and want life to become forth. Do your part. Stop playing this music to call us niggas. And call our young sisters bitchs. Calling them thoughts. You for real? I'm a queen bee. And you know what I'm saying? I know BEE. You telling people to treat our culture like we worth something, but we have accepted to be treated like nothing. Sister tell you, I was dating a sister, man, and she told me I made her feel uncomfortable because I made her feel like she couldn't do anything for me. I told her, sis, this is what men do. A real man just wants you to love him and trust him. Just, you want to do something. Brothers, teach our sisters the true narrative. All we want to know is that you love us, and don't you let these men lie to you. A real man wants to know that the woman he's with loves him and trusts him. That thing between your legs is not changing the narrative, because everyone giving that thing up like it's cotton candy. But when a man finds a woman that can speak into his life, and he can cry in front of you, be angry and frustrated, and you tell him, no, baby, I'm here. Sis, you talking to Big Brother John, I'm telling you. Ain't nothing like a woman hugging you and she truly loves you. Ain't nothing like a woman hugging you and she's helping you fulfill your dreams. And you know that she's depending on you to go to work. She's depending on you to finish school. She's depending on you to be a good father. She's depending on you to be a good grandfather. She's depending on you to be a provider, and she's depending on you to be her man. Ain't nothing like it on this planet. Whoa, that's love. It ain't what he driving. It ain't what she driving. It ain't the fake booty that she done put on. It ain't the breast she done stuffed and went and get the plastic surgery in Dominican Republic in the DM. We have to change the culture, y'all. We got to change the culture. I'm just telling you, man. I know y'all want to hear a long sermon on the Shabbat, but it's hurt my heart that another man, that someone felt that they had the privilege and the honor to hunt him and gun him down because they watch us do it every day on the news. You tell a white man he can't say the word nigga, but you say it every day through your music. And you got the nerve to call the woman that then brought forth a life for you a bitch in front of her children, on the songs. Are you for real? You called her, listen, bro, I ain't racist, but I'm black. I love my sisters. I'm a divorced black man, and I'm not let nothing happen to my ex-wife. Nothing. She need a cup of water and I'm in Alaska. I'll crawl on my knees to make sure she get it, because she brought forth life for me. She didn't abort my child. She raised my children, man. People make me mad. Man, you still cool with your exes? Yeah. Yeah. You know why? Because they could have died on that table having my child. Was willing to risk their life for me. So I asked us to change the narrative today. If you truly believe Black Lives Matter, change the narrative. How you talk to our sisters, how you talk to our children. Stop calling man, listen here, I ain't no OG. I was an old fool that woke up to become a man. And that's why I talk the way I talk, and nobody gonna do nothing about it. Yes, that's right. Nobody's gonna do nothing about it. I love you, sisters. I thank you for putting up with us. I love you, black men, for putting up with the sisters, because they can be rough too. See, once we understand that we both got issues and we both got traumas, and we come to the plate and say, look, baby, we got to make this work, things will get better. But as long as we keep letting this social media tell us a black man is this and a black woman's that, and I hate a black man because of this and I hate sisters because of that, as long as we keep letting the narratives divide us, we ain't going nowhere. A kingdom divided will fall. How you going to be a queen without a king? How you going to be a king without a queen? We got too many men that want to be the king, and too many queen, and too many women that want to be the king. Stay in your lane and keep people out your business. Because no one is allowed to infiltrate your kingdom, which is your relationship, which is your business, which is your drive. And I love each and every one of you. And Brother Arby, man, and I speak from the Spirit. I ask the God to touch his mother and his father and touch these circumstances. You hear that phone ringing? I got to make the donuts, y'all. I just want you to know that I love each and every one of you, and the narrative has to change. If you truly love black people and you truly love our culture, then start changing it and start waiting to somebody get burnt. He got butchered. He got blew away and butchered and hunted down. And let's stop doing it to ourselves in our own community. I love each and every one of you, but if you really think black, let me see these neighborhoods change. One street at a time. I love each and every one of y'all. I want y'all to enjoy your Shabbat Eve. And if Black lives truly matter, it starts with you. It starts with your relationship. It starts at home. It starts in your place of worship. It starts with politics. And that's what it is. Sister, I love you. You more beautiful and powerful than the queen. That's just the words that we can use, because our minds can't even express no more than what you truly are. You are way more than a queen. You are the cradle of civilization for our people. That's what you black women are. And don't let nobody call you no bitch. You not no bitch. You ain't no side chick. You ain't no 2 o'clock. You are the cradle of our environment. And brothers, if you stand up, you can become the king of a culture that will go on for years and years and years and years and years and decades and decades. And when you leave this planet, your grandchildren are going to say, man, my grandpop was a king. He was a beast. He was an emperor. Because that's the only words we can use, these little corny, tiny words. I love each and every. I'm sorry, I'm up in my feelings. And can't nobody do nothing about it. Big Brother John, a.k.a. Silverback, telling you, enjoy your Friday. Rest this weekend. Get your equilibrium back. Get your mind right and study. Loving each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed and whole day. Amen. Amen.